As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant, Masa, it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns, cotton your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a closer image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire. There is something I'll never get used to. Tonight has been a total shock. Sitting under martial law, gunfire, jets echoing through the streets. Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and Thanks for the LRSSG. Our intel has been updated. It's urgent.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. Open up the task force. What's the area?
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders. We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather in bars and other places to learn what's going on.
What's wrong with the road? Angry or not, we're just too stubborn to change the law. Wait. General managed to convince them.
Missile.
He's gonna ask us to stay at Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
Missile.
Go.
Archive all footage that we've shot.
Stall warning.
Should that push come back online?
Missile.
Signs of the cold warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone. Talking as it.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour.
All has changed. Keep your eyes on it. What about us?
No response to details. It's the radicals. Captain Trader Labarde. Why did they cast? They really don't want the war to end, do they? Labarde's in that vehicle!
It's set up in all the right places.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Vehicle eliminated.
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals. There was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erosion Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They use the flight
Go on.
for ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no
Go
different
on.
from magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong?
Go warning.
We're heading towards Gruner Park.
Go warning.
Rendezvous point in the helipad on
Go
this man-made
warning.
island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Go warning.
Rumors of a military group calling itself the Force.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response.
Missiles. Missiles.
Three strikes confirmed. Would you guys have been there
Caution. Pull up.
Target in gun range.
Okay, get this guy off my back. You fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Pull up.
Try to help us before we get shot. Not like this is a tanker.
Captain Carl, we have a rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Captain's fall has led to another power struggle.
Forces at landfall in cemetery. This is AWACS long cast.
It's all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio?
Missiles. 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 Missiles.
About to cross Anchor Bridge.
Missiles.
They know where to hide.
Missiles. 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 Caution. Caution.
An armored vehicle behind us. Many Erosion forces. Take it out. Trigger on VIP.
Missiles. Missiles.
Taking fire. Take care of them.
Missiles. 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 Missiles.
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes. Rumors of penal units turning on their former allies. Flames conflict continued. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation.
Missiles. Missiles. Caution.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just repairing this.
Missiles. Missiles.
Blame on enemy fighters.
Missiles.
Keep us to the world.
Missiles.
Is responsible for harming
Missiles.
Missiles.
Missiles. Missiles.
A story like that, right, Trigger?
I've been in a time of war that was a mistake to create something like a
So,
Hostile armor
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder! Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you. We did not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Vulcan technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the gold plane. Hold on tight. Lancaster, mission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit. That's all we can do.
ID complete. Ocean fighters. What the hell's going on?
Stay sharp. Right, shut it down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, so far. Sure you don't want his kill bandit.
I managed to catch a glimpse of the situation.
Don't miss.
You plan on getting in my way.
In my way.
Target was not struck. Low on missiles.
Bandit destroyed. Well done. Behind the enemy. Strider 3 launching missile. Back up, Bandit.
Target is in machine gun range.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
Escort fighter is 5. Missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could.
Missile.
Weapons free.
Missile.
To attack the escort.
Missile.
Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it.
Missile.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Like, something like that. Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses. Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. 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 Missile.
5 minutes remaining.
Missile. 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 Missile.
2 minutes left. Show them what you got.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. The General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.